today because you've seen a lot of what happens, and she's pretty much the same as she has been. She's a bit grouchy today as well because she is in season and she does feel a little bit. The the breathing is there. So one thing I will do quickly, though, I forgot to do, is I will quickly stretch before I get on. What I want to know today about is the actual me riding and getting her to actually exercise and getting on with the dog. It's starting to get really hot, and if we don't start getting ourselves moving early in the day, without in this kind of heat, I can't do that heat, she can't, well she can, but it's not pleasant for her, because I definitely can't, so I'm thinking we're not supposed to be in the heat at all. I'm going to get straight to it. Today I'm just going to be doing whatever I feel like I'm capable of. If I feel like I can get to a canter or a trot, I'll do it, but other than that, I'll just do whatever I feel and whatever she's kind of in the branch with, and we'll go from there, and hopefully I'll have a decent ride with her. I'll ask her to come and park. I've got a bit of vertigo at the moment, which is not fun, and you can see those other horses over there being silly. So I'm going to ask her to just take me back round again. I'm going to see if I can get my seat with both hands off the saddle. I like that she's listening really nicely today, Bill. Not listening there, so I don't like that. And that's what unnerves me, when she doesn't listen and stop when I'm asking. And I become nervous, really nervous, especially with a young horse like this.
Yeah, I totally understand, Butterfly. We are actually working on getting a system where she has a microphone where you can actually hear what she's saying. But yes, thank you for the comment, but we will very soon be dealing with that. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to be as loud as I can, but it's not always working. I'm going to give her one rein stop movement there. Get her to understand that I'm asking her to stop and settle. Okay, so what I'm trying to do today is just do some walking and trotting. If I feel, and I really don't feel like I can canter today, I'm actually pretty shaky. So I'm just going to try and get her into some consistency with walking and trotting and stopping. I'm going to work on my stopping again because she's not listening to that seat stop that I'd like her to listen to. So I want to work on that a bit more and get her to sort of correlate that with the slight pressure on the reins, but more so listening to the seat going down. We had that really good before. So that was 10 months ago when I was consistent every single day, twice a day. I haven't been doing that for a long time. So we're going to give it a go. We'll see how she goes. And I'll just get her to neck line that way. I'm just going to try them walk first. I'm going to randomly stop. Now I just made a huge mistake then. I actually put my feet onto the dirt while I was stopping. I don't know why I did that. Not a good thing to do. We're going to mix signal. I'm going to correct it now. Generally, her stop signal is the feet forward and the feet back. Feet forward, feet back. That means stop. Get it go a little bit more. Go a little faster. Like a walk. Go into a bit of a trot. I want it to stop. And I also want her to understand the one rein stop as well. So when we do that one rein, good. I want her to be gentle with that. We don't want to be pulling too much on the mouth. We want to be very gentle but deliberate. So gentle but deliberate. This is where all the practice of getting them to turn when you're sitting like that, just a slight touch, comes into fruition when you need it for a one rein stop. I'll show you through this side here. We're going to do a one rein stop. We're going to be further down here because we've got more control that way. But I'm going to try and get her to turn in without too much pull. So she needs to listen to that. Good girl. Good dog. Now let us sit and think for a moment. Because I felt she wanted to go, let's do the mounting block, she wants to pass. Don't worry about the dog, don't worry about the dog. Don't worry about the goat, it's a dog. So she's trying to, there's a dog running around over there and a goat. need to get that stop underway before we go anywhere else out here. If we don't get that done, she doesn't want to listen to that, she ain't going anywhere else because she's just going to ignore me. So until that gets worked on more, we won't be doing anything else but working on the stop and a little bit of trotting. Only a little bit at a time. We just want her to get used to it again. When one mistake I did make when I was working with her the last couple of years was everything was very forward. We didn't do a lot of stopping because she was so lazy and hard to get moving. I didn't work a lot on the stopping, so I've got to get back into working on the slow and the stop. So we're going to go round again. Going to let her, oh, see, she's going to try and stop there. She went down the canter then. Dad just saw that little lock. She went down the canter then. I said, no, I am not ready for that. Not today. Still a bit damp. We go this way. Trotting, 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 trotting. I'm giving her that signal to keep moving. She's not listening to us. Trot, good girl. Trotting. And turn around again. And if she's not going to listen, I'll do a one-lane stop with her if she doesn't listen. And you can see here, I'm ready for it. Good job. Stopping really nicely then. We don't want that to be our stopper. That's the emergency stop. We want to... Good too. Come on, yeah. Wants to stay. Go. Got to a canter then. Now, that was actually a good thing because I did ask for that, but I also asked her to stop directly after. So that's a good thing. It's a good thing she's listening to my body. What I'm asking her to do. The only thing she's not listening to is to stay on the outer edge. We don't want to go too close to the corner. Wants to go cutting in. But it's slippery here and she knows it. She's very smart. She knows where it's slippery and where it's not. So it's very dry here. If you look over there, it's really slidey. And I can feel when I'm trotting, there's a bit of slippage there. So she's not misbehaving. She's trying to preserve herself and me by avoiding the wet patches. Doing a little, oh, lovely listening there. So she stopped nicely there. Good girl. We'll give her a pat, get her to relax a moment. And I'm very glad that I almost went into that canter there, but at the same time I thought, no, I'm still not ready. I did ask her to go, but I also asked her to stop just after I asked her to go. So she did everything right then. I'm actually very impressed with her stopping straight after that lope, beginning of the lope, because usually once I go into a canter, she wants to continue to get things over and done with. So that's really good listening. From a young horse, that's what you want. Good girl. And then give her a bit of a break for a moment. And we'll get going again. Just walk for a minute. Walk on. Good girl.
Just be sure and double tap the screen, guys. Thank you so much for your support.
I think she wants to rush again. We're going to slow things down. That's going forward that text there. About to do that. So that's her saying, I think I'm done. Well, the world will give you something to do. So no. That's her saying, I'm done. I don't want to deal with it. I'm going to pop something into the mix in a moment. I'm going to park for a minute. You heard the word park and she says, yes, I will. Look. Good girl. Stop. Stop. Come on. Good job. Good job. Now she's thinking I'm going to take off that halter right now, that bridle. But I'm not. I'm going to get a log and I'm going to put a log down on one of the outer edges so that I can actually get it to feet up. And I'm going to give her that. 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 Where's my log going? Very small log, don't forget. Nothing to it. I'm going to stick it about here. Not much for her to have to go over, but it makes her think about having to lift her feet. Park. Park. Girl. Park and good job. I'm going to get on the other side now. Did a good job. I will fix the sound issue soon. But for now, this is as good as I can get. So apologies for that.
Yeah, so we are working on getting a microphone system. So thank you all for your patience.
So, I'm going to take away and show her the hole. Let her see it. So the skewer, there, she sees it. Just, oh yeah, I see that. I'm going to walk over it. Step, step, step. One step.
All good.
Doesn't look like much. And what it's for is to make her think and lift her feet. Lift her a little bit higher. Help her pay attention to this. Me being able to also get better balance as well whenever we are stepping higher and going over something. Because this girl's quite good at jumping and things too, so we will get back to all that later. Good job. And after a couple of turns, what I'll do is I'll lift that up and I'll make it higher. And we'll go a little bit higher. Walk. I'm just going to walk the pole. We're not going to jump on it. I'm going to run over it. Lovely, lovely girl. Because I'm going to stop halfway over. And we're going to turn around and go back. Same direction. Cut in half. Good job. Good job. Lovely. Good job. And it's this sort of process that's something to fix it. Good. See there, she fixed it. So she's ignoring when she's going this direction. She's ignoring the post because she's facing towards those horses over there. And she's focusing on them instead of on this part of this. There goes. Good, there we go. Good job. Going to park again. Says, I know that word park and walk. And walk. Here we go. Park here. Good. And we'll, good job. Excellent parking. Good job. Good job. Okay, she thought about it. Now it doesn't seem much, but it does help when they're doing exercises. Good job. Okay. Good job. She's doing really good. She's not knocking that off. Usually she would knock that off because she's very lazy. So after the turning up, so the other direction so you get a bit of response because she's facing the other horses then. And it's facing the distraction is when we get the true response. Beautiful. That's what I wanted. We'll go one more. Go. That was really good. I'm very happy with that. She's lifting absolutely spectacularly beautiful today. Stop. Stop. Now, a couple of things I want to practice today while I'm here is moving over the back end a bit, like so, and her getting used to that, not freaking herself out. It's okay. It's okay. It's been a while. It's been a while. Good. It's been a while. When you haven't done things for a while, it does take a while for them to. Oh no, they're not going like this. Get off that track. Just get her to go over here. Good job. And after it's hot, now we're probably going to put on over slow. Slow top. Slow top. Yeah. Slow top. Whoops. Ah, that didn't go so well. Go again. Try and get into a slow top. It's harder for her to understand slow top. That's okay. At least she's not refusing to do any work. So she's actually improved quite a lot over the last year.
You have a question.
Yep.
Troy says, is it hard to train a horse to allow you to lift a hoof for inspection?
It just depends on the horse. Some horses it is. I have another pony over the back which I will show one day on alive. She's impossible to lift her hooves. She'll kick you, she'll attack you. It took me weeks to get her to give me the front legs, and I did finally get to the back legs, but it took about 6 weeks before she would let me do it. This girl was pretty easy. Pretty much within a day, she just gave up, gave her feet up, and she just understood pretty quickly. The buckskin that I have took a while. When I got her, she hadn't really been trained. You had to pull, and they just taught her that if they pull on the hair, then now you can just click and she'll go. So it just is. It just depends on the horse and the maturity of the horse, and also if the horse is a scared horse. The little pony I have that gets scared, she has terrible anxiety, and she does not trust that anybody should be touching her foot. That's because it makes her vulnerable. So you really have to earn the trust with her. Whereas a horse like Ellie will just, she's pretty cruisy. She's not an anxious horse. She's pretty cruisy. So she was pretty easy to do. When you know how to, it's pretty easy. But it really is just being consistent with what you speak, how you speak while you're asking as well. Have a consistent tone with it. And also whatever signal that you're teaching them, be consistent with that signal. If it's a click or if it's a up say up. Have a couple of different things that work on the one thing. So for instance, I can click and I can also say up, and she'll do for either of those. And it just helps, like say I became mute one day and couldn't speak, I can then click. So I always have a backup plan with all my horses with how I can speak to them. It's both verbal and there's a physical cue as well. So yeah, it can be hard. I'm going to ask her to back up. And this is where she's not the greatest at backing. Back. Good girl. There we go. Good job. And she actually did a really good job there. So what it
Says,
is,
thank you for the response.
yeah. The other thing is with horses, it's about pressure. And it's not about putting pressure on, it's about when you release the pressure and take it off. So when I put pressure on to make her move forward, it's the release of it's the timing to release the pressure so she gets the understanding. So it's all about timing. You have to do things it's critical that you get your timing right. If you get it too slow, the horse will not understand what it is you're trying to work with them with. So for instance, I'm sitting here right now, I'm very relaxed. I can put my hands forward like that without the reins. She won't move whatsoever. As soon as I have the reins, and I do that motion, she'll move immediately. So her cue is the reins moving forward, not my hand, but the reins moving forward. And she feels in the feet and in the mouth, which is why she's far more responsive with a bit than she is without one.
Hi, Katie.
Because when I do her bitless, she doesn't respond as well. And that's because we haven't done so much training bitless. I have to retrain her without a bridle for the same cues in a different way, because her responses are coming from the feeling of the mouth, the movement in the mouth. So when I release that, when I move that, it moves the bit slightly in the tongue. So she can feel that little vibration on the tongue, and she goes, oh, okay, that means let's go. And I'll just show you again so you can see. I can do the exact same motion as if I'm going to go without reins. She's going to itch and get stuck on something itchy. And then when I do it with reins, instant response. It's also the feeling on the neck that she has as well. She just instantly knows that that's what it's for. So that's the difference between training a horse intricately and training a horse not intricately. So mine are trained more intricately. A lot of people just have very basic commands and that's it. I train these guys with intricacy, so there are purposeful commands. And the reason I do that is because when I'm out in a weird environment, if one command doesn't work, I have a second backup to reinforce the first command. So if they're getting a fright from a dog running down the street or something weird coming at them, they might not listen to my voice because they're worried about what's happening, but they might listen to my forward cue command. So I like to have double the amount of commands to be able to work with. It's a lot longer. It can work pretty easily.
Just welcoming everyone to the room. If you guys wouldn't mind, just double tap your screen and give us a like. It's totally free and it definitely helps the channel. Thank you all so much for joining.
Hop. So there I'm kicking while I'm asking them to hop. Hop. So verbally, when I ask her to trot, she listens to that little command. Trot.
Hi, Bailey. If you watch, like, she's on a completely loose rein, I can walk her on a loose rein without having to ask her to walk. But if I want to trot, I'm using not just verbal command, but I'm also using my seat. If I just do verbal command, she may not want to listen. So I'm going to turn her, and I'm going to say the word trot, trot, trot. Without me moving my seat with it, she's just ignoring it there. So it's a work probably both. Then if I use my hand
is where she's not listening though, stopping. You need to stop. See, I've got my feet forward, I've got my seat back, but she's not listening. So I'm going to back up. Every time she doesn't listen to that cue, I'm going to back up. So I'm going to back, and every time I'm backing, as soon as she takes a step, I release. And then that way she understands if I move a step, that pressure comes off, and eventually you only have to tap a little bit and I'll go back. Good job. Okay, how long have I been going for?
Just 35 minutes now.
Okay, well we might finish her up for today. She's done a really good job. Just going to take her one more walk around, and then we're going to say thank you, Miss Ellie, for the lovely night. Walk on, good girl. Good job. Walk on, good girl. Walk on. Walk on, walk on. Good, it's lovely listening there. Stop at that place. You know, she knows you can walk it up. Walk on. Walk on. Turn. Turn. And I talk a lot while I'm on the horse. I talk about everything I'm doing. So that when I'm saying things, it reinforces the vocal, verbal command as well as the physical command. It's important to keep talking to your horses, especially young ones. Walk on. And also pray as we go. Going to start. So I want her to start where she feels most comfortable. So we're going to let her turn around a couple of times. So it's like ready to start.
Thanks, Bailey. She is very cute.
Good job. Beautiful park in that time. So it's time to finish. And you'll probably notice I'm not taking my foot out of the stirrup when I'm getting out, and there's a reason because I don't have any cartilage in my knee, so I can't jump anymore. So I have to be very quick with my removal of my stirrup when I'm getting down. So that's why I exit very quickly, because I can't jump. Okay, I used to like do on an agony. Stop. Good girl.
Thank you so much, Bailey. Appreciate that.
And everyone can just thank you to the camera guy. He's been out the heat as well, helping out. Much appreciated. And if you can't give me an Ellie thumbs up, give me a thumbs up as well as you can. Actually, I need to take that. Good girl. Yeah, so thank you to Josh, the camera guy, for helping out the last 2 days. It does make a difference with being able to hear what's happening. Because I can't really read the chat obviously from up here, I can't read the chat. Got to be paying attention to what I'm doing with the horse at all times, because it's like driving a car. You can't be reading chat while you're driving a car. You've got to.
Bailey says he's liked and subscribed to your channel because he loves it, and your horses are so cute.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Bailey. They are lovely. And she's done a really good job today. I'm actually very impressed. I thought she'd give me a lot more of a challenge today, but she didn't. Good girl. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for today. I'm going to take her home, give her a little bit more feed, and actually I might even, is it dog or stuff?
Yes, yeah.
I might just let her out for a couple of hours.
Cool.
You can go out for an hour, eh? There's plenty of grass for you, and that saves on a bit of feed too. All right, so we're going to let her out and let her go and have a bit of a joyous time out here. She'll really enjoy that, at least for an hour or so. Here she comes. Right, Miss Ellie, good job. But thank you very much to everybody who's come on today and everyone who has liked or subscribed. I appreciate it. And to people that are here all the time, thank you so much. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And I really do. It makes it a bit more
Thanks,
joyous
Troy.
to be able to work with, knowing that there's people out there who actually enjoy this kind of thing and want to know about it. I like people. I like answering questions about horses if I can. I don't know everything, but I can certainly point people. If I don't know an answer, I can point people into the direction of someone who will. There's a lot of really good horse channels, and very, very blessed to like the music. Very grateful. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today.
Okay, so everyone who's tuned in, thank you so very much. And if you wouldn't mind, just definitely be sure to subscribe and like the stream. And we'll be back on possibly tomorrow. And I want to wish you all a wonderful Monday or Sunday, wherever you are. And we shall see you all in the next one. Thank you so much.
Bye, thank you.